Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to Final Trade. It is finally here. HeroQuest from the Kickstarter program. And we're going to be opening it up and taking a look at what all is inside. Now, this is just the empty lid because, man, it is a tight-fitting lid, and so it takes a while to get it off. But once you do, here's what you've got inside. It is just gorgeous packaging top to bottom. It comes with two of these trays like this that are sleeved. So let's pull out the first one and show you what's inside. This is a bunch of your figures. Really nice packaging here, the way it's done. They all kind of snap inside. The detail is really nice. This is the Dread Sorcerer. He plays various characters throughout the main game campaign, so he's not really named or anything. But the detail is really great. They pop in here very securely. And man, here's, I'll get him there. Here's the Dread Warrior. 3 of those in there. What's really cool is if you back the crowdfunding campaign, then when you open your separate tray of figures from that, they actually have different weapons. So it's completely different figures. It's not just the same ones again. This is one of the zombies. There's 2 zombies in there. But man, do they look good. And of course, yeah, you can see how well these are packaged. The Barbarian with his muscularity. Just great looking miniatures. It's the right level of detail, you know, it's not overdone, so you could actually paint these if you want to, but they're not too plain. It's a very nice level of detail on these. And one more, I'll show you the Gargoyle, of course. Look how great he looks. Now, one complaint about these is some of these little smaller bits like this, skinnier pieces, are bent. See how that one's kind of curved? And I'm not exactly sure why. I wonder if these boxes somewhere in shipping didn't sit somewhere a little too hot for too long. They kind of melted. And so you can see it in some of these items, like this guy's mace is kind of bent. So some of them are kind of suffering from that. You could probably bend them back into shape if you wanted to. But wow, look at these. So we've got the skeletons, the mummies, the zombies, goblins. We got orcs here, some more here, and some more here. You got your 4 red ones are your heroes, your dread knights, or your dread warriors, I think they're called, the abominations, and the gargoyle. Really nice, really, really nice stuff. See, none of them fall over when you turn it upside down. All right, so then the next tray, and this one's quite a bit heavier. This has a lot of the furniture, the cards, accessories, a lot of other things in it. So let's first take a look at some of this furniture. This stuff is just gorgeous, the level of detail. Look at that. Man. And it has some heft to it. It feels like, I mean, it's solid, and it just feels nice. Like you can put it on a board and just really play with it. I mean, again, you see how nice they fit in that package. But a cabinet, again, just really nice feeling. Got a sarcophagus, and it opens. So awesome. But again, like I said a minute ago, with some of these thinner things, it's like they got warped by heat and transport. Let me see if I can get this weapon rack out. Yeah. See, this thing is just warped like crazy. So I think it was probably just heat damage and transport, and yeah, I don't really know that you can get this to buff out, so to speak. But man, I love all the detail on this stuff. It looks so nice. It exceeds my expectations, to say the very least. This altar. Wow. So awesome. And then a big pad of character sheets. Pretty decent size. And the cards. Let's talk about the cards. The cards are your typical kind of paper and texture of board game cards. And I don't know if you'll be able to pick it up and see kind of there we are. You see that kind of texture there, those lines going horizontally and vertically? So that's your typical kind of board game cards. And they look great. They're the same similar kind of art style as the original. So here are all your treasure cards. And then you get into some of the spell cards. And the fire spells. The earth spells. Water spells. And then your dread spells for Zargon. Just great looking stuff. I'm really glad they didn't try to improve them, you know. And you get into the equipment cards. Really good looking. I think they did a great job with this of, you know, basically recommissioning the game, but keeping it true to the original, not trying to improve it. Thank God. And then here you start the artifacts, some of the named items. Really great looking. And then the enemy cards. Wow. And the hero cards. And then, of course, like most games have today, a couple little supplemental brief rule cards. Now, I will say, one problem here that they kind of need to fix on their packaging is all of these door frames. I mean, these are hefty door frames, and especially when you have about 20 of them sitting here. And so this section of the tray just weighs so much that at some point in shipping, it bounced, and it just completely blew this out. So it completely separated there from here to here. It'd be nice if they split these doors up and put like half on top and half on bottom or something so the weight is more evenly distributed so that kind of thing doesn't happen. But man, that's the biggest complaint with the packaging, because all of this packaging is just gorgeous. And I mean, a sleeve to protect each of these trays, just amazing. Okay, let's take a look at the board. Wow. It's very large, very well detailed. You see it folds up in the quarters, and man, does it look good. I am thoroughly impressed. I'm very happy. I could not have expected it to come out better. You know, you always kind of expect Hasbro to make some JV level mistakes, but wow. This is just, it's so exciting after waiting, 30 years for a reprint of this game and to finally get it in my hands. It just looks awesome. I hope it comes through on the video because it looks amazing. And then the Questbook. And I love how they, again, being true to the original game, they kept the original artwork, they just recommissioned it in a slightly more modern style. But they didn't try to reinvent everything. They didn't suffer the hubris of thinking they could do it better. So yeah, it just looks great. Everything about it. Then you've got the rule book with Mentor on the front. And again, one of the things that's so charming about this game is the rule set is so simple, especially compared to something else like Descent 2nd Edition. Descent 2nd Edition is a great game, but its rules are just way more complicated. And if you want to get kids into this kind of fantasy gaming, HeroQuest is definitely the gateway drug to do it. The DM screen, I guess we'll call it. Very good. I think this is very well put together. It keeps the information you really need to see, especially this big chart of monster attributes. That is really great. And on the front, very similar to the original, just recommissioning of the original artwork. Looks awesome. And then the punchable tiles, the blocked areas, the pit traps, damaged tiles for injured monsters, more blocked areas, the entrance and exit, a little token you can flip to see whether it's the player's move or Zargon's move, and then down here your secret entrances. So, man, everything just looks great about this. Underneath that in the box, there's this is really nice. See, they just put this extra little bit in there to prop everything up so that if you want to unpackage everything and still have plenty of room for it all to fit in the box, you don't have to try to reassemble it like a jigsaw puzzle. See how tight that box is. And the bottom of the box, just the artwork is glorious. Everything about it. It's such a great throwback to the original game, to this kind of fantasy gaming, and you know Hasbro is going to take this to retail. If you just look at all this packaging and all the money they spent and the effort to design this packaging, it's 100% definitely going to retail. So I would probably expect it sometime early 2022 to hit retail, and man, I can't guess what it might cost. I funded the crowdfunding campaign on the very first day, and I bought the top tier product. So I got this basic game, I got the 2 expansions, and I got all of the stretch goal rewards. And so that was right at $200 once you tax it and ship it. So I don't know what to expect that this basic game system might sell for when it comes to retail next year. Probably somewhere around 120, 100, somewhere around there. But man, it is just absolutely amazing, and everything I could have asked for. It's such great quality, and I feel like I got my money's worth, and now I get to start playing. So hey, if you like this kind of thing, if you love HeroQuest, if you loved it as a kid and you're excited that it's finally back and that it's so true to the original, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Join me on Final Trade. I'm going to be doing some more HeroQuest stuff coming up, as well as all my normal Magic the Gathering, Vintage Magic, occasional Flesh and Blood, D&D 5th edition, other things that interest me. Thanks a lot, everyone. I appreciate it.